nimble-footed. Select spot, trying to keep a tight shape. That's why being a man down, and it's still the double pivot, of Abo Frederick and then also in Gando Jim. But they only have 2 men playing up front for them, the captain and then also Idris joining him up front. So it looks more like a 4-3-2 with a man down. They will try to defend with everything, but take their chances whenever they move forward, which we wouldn't see them do often, I believe.
Aqua's trying to find Abdurrahman, but goalkeeper Duguemi is out already for the ball.
He's yet to be tested, Duguemi. He's been okay, shown some level of confidence already in post.
Ebenezer Setcher, he's worked so tightly at the back. That's a clumsy challenge on Idrisu by the captain, Max Danikal. He's cut a frustrated figure right from the first half, and he's not been any different in the second half.
But you notice what Shaibu was doing. He just invited it. He knew Danikal, he was a bit frustrated there. He just knew he was just going to attract that challenge from Danikal.
Nsoatreman will be introducing a couple of new players. I've seen Benjamin Chivagnon and Collins Kujo warming up on the touchlines. Here is Idrisu. He's trying to set up DU, but it's too direct and straight to the goalkeeper. You can tell from the expression of DU, he wanted it right before where he was standing.
Yeah, and now he has freedom to operate very, very deep inside the elect spot defense.
Ebenezer Setcher nearly gave it away.
What was he thinking?
I think it was a bit of elaboration on the part of the centre back.
Yeah, he should have been sure, caught him too well. Just didn't know if Afaju would be approaching, at the pace he had wanted him to, but just look at that, nearly making a mess out of that Setcher.
Isaka almost gifting possession, but Idrisu takes over. Rahman could hold that play from the striker to find Isaka.
It's fair to say he's noticed that there's so much space at the left-hand side, Rahman. You need to talk about his movement all day. It's really what has been his biggest attribute this afternoon, getting him both goals.
Now here is Aka. He's got Idrisu on the left. Idrisu is on his bike. Can he get to it? Too much on that ball for the left wing back.
Quite some, act of frustration being displayed on the touchline. It's easy to tell why Nsoatreman love attacking from the left-hand side. You have DU there, you have Shaibu there, and Rahman sometimes joining the attack from that side.
Moral beaten to it by Aka. Throwing for Elect Sport. Maida has been a bit quiet in the second half. Kwabnedu, he suffered a knock very early in the game. I'm thinking that Afaju makes full contact. He was impeded. Referee has whistled as 2 substitutions get to be effected by Nsoatreman. I'll not be surprised if Maida is one of those players who goes off. It will be a like for like if Chivanyo is getting in to replace him, but interestingly, Maida stays on. Chivanyo is going in alongside Collins Kujo. Michael Balak Aka, he's made a name for himself in this game. He's been brilliant. Debut African campaign for him, and he's come out very successful. Balak Aka out, Collins Kujo in. So Aqua is going off for Chivanyo. Yao Preko. He likes to take very interesting decisions.
Yeah, that's quite a huge platform
it's
for
a
the
huge
youngster.
call he's made because Chivanyo is predominantly a right winger. This time he moves in, and you are thinking whether he's going to play him as a wing back on the right side, because that's where Maida is also operating from.
But fortunately, he still has space to operate because they're playing against an elect sport side, a man down, so definitely has more freedom to roam. But he needs to impress his gaffer. He needs to repay that faith the gaffer had in him.
Morales delivery. Wali doesn't get a header right, but that final ball, very poor from Ingado Jim.
Yeah, that's what they are trying to do now. Let's just defend, deeply soak the pressure, and we just take our chances whenever, we move into the third half, elect sport.
Isaka, Shaibu Idrisu. He's fitted in so well. I don't think they'll be missing their former left back, Osei Bonsu. Here is Abdul Rahman. Now Daniel Amu can get to DU. Here is the captain Carl. Ball falls to Abu Idris. Idris is trying to check back to Frederick. Walid has lost it to Frederick. He turns around Idrisu. Good skill. He gets a corner for his efforts.
And Nsoatreman will have to be careful now. Looks like they're being a bit complacent whenever they have the ball in the middle third. They need to be very, very careful. Another cheap ball to give away, and you can see Elect Sport trying to attack with just 2 players, but they do it so well. They're a man down.
Joyta Frederick to take the corner, and he swings one in. Apaju fails to deal with it, and it's controlled well by DU. He's on his bike. Kujo is racing towards him. He finds Kujo, and Nsoatreman on the move. Kujo is a poor ball from the newly introduced attacker. Frederick. Idris. Good turn from Idris. Wayward effort from Joyta Frederick. Goal kick.
At least he received some plaudits for trying and getting into a promising position, but again, Nsoatreman, found wanted in that middle sector of the pitch, just giving away too many cheap balls. It was Collins Kujo who gave away that promising counter-attack.
Abdurrahman shows interest, but the flag is up to curtail his movement. It's offside.
Now they are committing men forward. They're gradually beginning to, build some confidence, and just look at that lovely skill from Kujo to just drag that ball back, and it's Rahman.
Maida. Now DU. He's moved to a more central position now. It's interesting how they've shaped up now. Kujo moves into center forward. Then Rahman on the left wing. Maida keeps his place on the right wing. And DU plays behind the center forward.
Yeah, and it's the youngster who is playing in a central role now. But, has some experienced players right with him over there. Remember.
Good skill from DU. The ball falls behind Kujo. It's cleared away by Nedingam. Now here is the captain, Danny Carl. Kujo steals possession from Salim. Now DU is looking for Abdurrahman. Can he get a hat trick? It's Abdurrahman for Nsoatreman. Brings it back for Kujo. Kujo turns around his marker. Good movement. He tries to shoot and it's straight to goalkeeper Dogemi.
Nearly made a mess out of that.
Dogwembi fumbling in that occasion.
That saved the initial effort, but right after that, nearly, couldn't keep hold of the ball.
It's 78 minutes in Douala, Cameroon. The other Ghanaian representatives in the CAF Interclub competition, this time the CAF Champions League, Samatex leading Victoria Club of Cameroon by 1-0. And here at the Accra Sports Stadium, Nsoatreman in the Confederations Cup are up by 3-0 against Elec Sport of Chad.
What a weekend it could be for Ghanaian clubs playing in Africa, especially for Samatex, the league champions, all the way in Cameroon.
All of them are making their debut campaigns in Africa. Lovely switch from DU to Maida. Good control from Maida. He sees the movement of Chivanyo. Chivanyo turns around. He goes down. That's what to hang on to possession. Abdurrahman. Here is DU. Onto the side post after the goalkeeper made the save. Morale turns around. There's still pressure from Chivanyo. He gets the ball away. Throwing. Nsoatreman.
They've been quiet for a while now, and now they are beginning to turn it on. They're beginning to pour it on Elec Sport. Oh, what a ball that was.
Elec Sport are pulling out their captain, Max Danikal, and they are bringing on Mahamat Haruna. Haruna in for Max Danikal. The captain would want to hurriedly forget about this game because it's really not happening for him in this one.
Nothing happened right for him. A couple of wayward shots we saw from him, but for a chunk of the time he stayed on the pitch, he was just being policed by the centre-back pairing of Nsoatreman Mohammed.
Poor control from Idrisu.
That's where sometimes you believe complacency sets into the part of Nsoatreman. Sometimes a bit complacent, if you should ask me, especially for a team making their debut in the CAF Confederations Cup. He had some good moments, but the game is still ongoing.
Abdurrahman. He's wasted time. Now Kujo tries the cut back. That should be a foul. Referee waves play on. It was obvious he was going to point to the direction. Frederick up against Isaka. Now Afaju. He played himself into that trouble. He concedes a corner.
Yeah, and we've spoken about complacency setting into their game in Nsoatreman. Just need to keep it simple. Football sometimes can be a funny sport. They are 3-0 up 1 minute, the next minute. And all Elec Sport need now is to get a goal. That's what they're trying to do. Yes, they know it will be difficult, but they are still taking their chances.
Frederick with a corner. Nobody's arriving to apply any header on it. Is a throw-in for Nsoatreman. 71 minutes at the Accra Sports Stadium. They're getting ready for another substitution. I've seen Anoche Morrison. Anoche. You're thinking your Perko wants to be conservative at this point.
Exactly. It's also a good time to give minutes to players, on the bench as they are warming up into the upcoming league season. It's very important.
And for Morrison, it will be good for him and his confidence this upcoming season because he's just returning from injury. He sat out most part of the preseason, and it's refreshing to see him back here. He missed out on the 4 club invitational football tournaments that involved the champions Samatex, Nations FC, and Legon Cities 2 weeks ago in Samra Boy. It's good to see him back, Morrison Nsoatreman.
Yeah, despite the fact that
free kick for Elect Sport, referee signaling Nsoatreman that he used his elbow on the big striker.
Yeah, and that's Haruna who suffered. Just look at that Nsoatreman, a bit needless, too aggressive from him as well. But challenging for that ball, but could see clearly.
So that's the substitution. Morrison Nsoatreman goes in. You know what I'm thinking now? Nsoatreman is going to join Isaka and Nsoatreman, and they go with a three-man defensive unit.
Yeah, and that means they'll have more men in the wide areas.
Absolutely, and in the middle of the park.
Exactly, that's what you're trying to do. It's a perfect time to experiment. It's a perfect time when you're playing a competitive game, but you know, against 10 men, it's just a good time.
Jimotum Morale, the left back for Elect Sport, behind this free kick. But I've seen Frederick, and Frederick kills one. Good save by Afaju. They're trying to pull one back, but it's onto the roof of the goal post. Good goalkeeping.
That was a huge scare, huge scare. And just look at that huge, lovely technique. Just did so well to bend that one over. It took a little bit of a deflection off the wall, and Afaju did so well to get his palm.
Even with that save from Afaju, he had to be very safe after the side post.
Exactly. Intervention, yeah.
The Chadians.
And that's what we keep talking about. That yeah, you could be 3 up, but you don't give away these fouls around the 18-yard box. You could be punished for that.
Nsoatreman's header. Idris. Fuseni. Now Kujo. Isaka. Morrison Nsoatreman.
And it gives them enough room. Just look at Nsoatreman, you know, trying to just widen the gap a bit, you know, make the pitch a bit wider for Elect Sport.
Ball had already gone out. Kujo must have suffered from a late knock. That's a foul. It's free kick against Nsoatreman.
He's worked tirelessly in Nsoatreman. Unfortunately, he's just at the losing end, but he's been superb for his side. It tells you that the sort of, you know, competition you find in this competition. It's quite competitive all the time when you have, you know, various cup champions, you know, meeting to showcase what they have.
Haruna trying to make matters hard for Chivanyo. Corner for Elect Sport. Corner taken. Afaju gets something on it. And here is Walid Fuseni. Abdurrahman brings it back for Kujo. And Maida is all alone. He's got so much space. But Kujo is even not watching that direction. There you can see the frustrated Maida.
It's a poor
calling
decision.
for the ball.
Poor decision, and a poor decision from Kujo. He had enough time to switch play all the way to the right-hand side when Maida was alone. He was just unmarked and free. was just sometimes you know that football is all about decision making, and on that occasion Kujo just didn't make the right decision.
Walid Husseini's had a very decent game. Now here is Kujo. Lovely movement. I think he's good on the ball. His decision making is problematic, and I think he lacks a bit of maturity. Look at Isaka, the centre back. Good play from Isaka. He brings it back for Kujo, and Kujo is over-elaborating. My goodness.
Okay.
It's a corner for Nsoatreman.
There's frustration growing amongst the Nsoatreman fans.
You're thinking that they should be completing this demolition exercise in style after those 3 goals in the first half. They've drawn blank in the second half. Diu. Chivanyo to Maida. Maida lost to take on his opponent, but he finds Diu. Back to Maida. Against Moral. Moral takes the ball from Maida. It's cleared away by Jela.
At least getting 1 goal in the second half would have just been a perfect, game for Nsoatreman. You could see how the goals just came in, flurry of goals in the space of 10-15 minutes, and then they just go back to, relax again.
Here is Diu. This could be a positive counter-attack, and Maida is going, but that's Bambara, Jela, and Nedingham. I think they've been a bit composed and very conscious at the back in the second half. The 2 centre-backs of Sport.
Even in the first, you wouldn't fault them at all for the 3 goals they've conceded this afternoon here. You won't, but they are part of that back 4, and they play so well even on the ball. Play with some level of composure and confidence, these 2.
Here's Amu. Isaka uncharacteristically loses possession. Here's Idris. Frederick. Idris. Trying to find Aruna, but it's Anoche. Amu. Kujo, Isaka, Rahman. Good defending from Jela, but gets back to Nsoatreman. Kujo does well to keep it in. Shows great desire. It is Kujo. Switches to Maida, controlled on his chest, brings it back for Chivanyo. Good control from Chivanyo to Maida. Maida back to Chivanyo, and he's fallen down in the process of trying to connect. But how did they conspire to miss this glorious chance?
Exactly, yeah, there's Chivanyo in a haste to hit that one past the goalkeeper. Just look at that lovely ball. And the cut back again, but Chivanyo, he have enough strength in his legs, and it was Rahman who was approaching to hit that one. You could see his frustration after his teammate just stayed on the turf and tried to score from that side. Maybe that could have been his hat-trick.
They are pushing to get something out of this game before they go back to Chad, but Nsoatreman are not taking any chances. Here they come, can they pull one back, but it's a corner from their effort. Sport are not giving up yet. That was a a decent effort from Jota Frederick.
They're not relenting at all. And just look at that. DU bundled off the ball. And was Frederick just trying to hit that one, with the toes, to poke that one with power. And that's why Nsoatreman would have to be on alert and keep their concentration levels very, very high before conceding a cheap goal.
Corner taken. Another corner.
That's the only way they can get something out of this game before they head back home. These set pieces.
Another corner taken. This time the header goes in, but a good save coming from Daniel Faju. That header from Bambara Jela nearly heading in.
That's why I keep saying it. It's the set pieces they are trying to use now. That's their strength now. Onto the tear from Jela and Afaju. Good reflexive save from him. You could see players there. No one looking at Jela at all. No one marking him whatsoever. And just look at that. Sort of a free header. They should be doing better with their marking.
Now Nsoatreman have got numbers in the box. Everybody but DU in that box. Frederick's delivery. Heads go up. It's eluded all the men in yellow, but they have it back. That's the drive. Flag goes up. It's offside against Bambara Jela.
He's loving his role now. Jela, centre back, playing intermittently as a forward. Earlier on, that header from him was saved by Faju when he's still there. And he was a target man at that point, but just couldn't try and stay on side.
In the first half, Afaju was on a virtual holiday even when Elexport had 11 men. But interestingly, with 10 men, he sat to be called to duty in the second half a couple of times.
Yeah, and it tells you the mentality they approach in the final minute of this game with Elexport.
Okay. Elexport have pulled out Inkado Jim and is replaced by Destiny Imbiadenim. Idris. You're looking to at least get a goal, but Frederick can't make contact. It's a goal kick.
Yeah, and they're keeping Nsoatreman under siege now, despite the fact that they are playing with a numerical disadvantage. Tells you that they fear no fall now. They are 3-0 down. At least they've done a good job in the second 45. Just try and control the damage, don't concede any more goals, and just try and get something with the set pieces and counter attacks.
85 minutes at the Accra Sports Stadium. It's the CAF Confederations Cup preliminary round. And it's Ghana's Nsoatreman 3, Elexport of Chad 0. The Confederations Cup debutants are 4 minutes away from making history. An emphatic 3-0 win. And in Douala, Cameroon is ended. Victoria Club of Cameroon 0, Samatex of Ghana 1. So Samatex have won away in Cameroon.
Wow.
Ahead of the second leg game at this venue at the Accra Sports Stadium. The Ghanaian champions in their debut African game have won. Here is Frederick and is straight to Afaju. And Samatex have won away, and Nsoatreman are 3 minutes away from an emphatic home victory ahead of the second leg, which should not be a problem for them negotiating their way into, navigating their way, I should say, into the next phase of the competition.
Yeah, considering the fact that they are both making their debut appearances in the competition. hey, you don't underestimate any opponent. You don't take anything away from that achievement. It's quite a huge feat for Ghana football.
Walid Hussaini with a lovely ball to Collins Kujo. He's had a lot of balls in the second half since he came in. He slows down the pace and plays to his own pace. He finds Hussaini. He gets a return. But that's some clever tackle from the centre-back Jela. Here is Kujo. Abdurrahman! Good save! Kujo has missed again. And Maida over the bar. The fourth goal will simply not come for Nsoatreman.
I don't know what's keeping them from getting the fourth, but these are good chances, decent chances. And it's Rahman with the left, but good save. And Kujo will strike that one again, and the post to the rescue of Elect Sport. And it's Maida again with the left foot. Oh, players striking with their left foot. And they just can't seem to find the back of the net.
Caleb Asamoah and Mark Ejekum will come in later on. But here comes Abdurrahman. He's looking for the hat-trick. And this goalkeeper have struggled to deal with the first-time balls, but he's always made amends. Simon Dogwembi.
Yeah, Dogwembi is a confident goalkeeper. You could see from the way, you know, he just saves those balls. Yeah, earlier balls have so much venom. He struggles to deal with them, but always there to catch the rebounds, those loose balls. I'm sure he'll be proud of his performance.
Here's Kujo. He sees the movement of Rahman, but he hangs on. Good skill from Kujo. Appeals for a handball. Referee says play on. Frederick. Chivanyo. That's what to pick out Maida. He was very inspiring in the first half. He finds Diu. Diu! Again, Dogwembi to the rescue.
Again, fails to deal with it. And the first time of asking, spilled the initial ball, but again, you know, and that's one good thing with the way he saves the balls.
We're doing 5 additional minutes as Nsoatreman play their last 2 cards in the game. They bring on Caleb Asamoah and Mark Ejekum. Ejekum and Asamoah all featured in the Century tournament in Samra Boy a couple of weeks ago. Stephen Diu, he's had a very decent game. Diu, he could have capped it with a goal, but he's got to bow out. A very, very proud guy, Diu. And Abdurrahman will also bow out after the brace. He can't get a hat-trick, Abdurrahman. He's been taken off, so his day is over. Those 2 goals from Abdurrahman on your screen. Lovely dummy from Walid Hussaini, and the connection knows no stopping. Ejekum in for Rahman, Asamoah in for Diu.
Seems to be like-for-like replacements from your prep. He's just keeping the shape. You know, simple principle. Just don't tweak anything that could, you know, affect the shape of the team.
The unsung hero of this team has been Daniel Amu in number 24, who has played as a deep line playmaker, orchestrating the movement from defense to the middle to attack. And look at the professional foul he's committed. It was deliberate, but he took it for the team, and he gets the yellow card for it.
Yeah, that's quite uncharacteristic of him. We've not seen him lose such balls in such dangerous areas, but that was good tracking from Haruna, applying pressure on him. And I just can't agree with you, Les. He's been the glue that has just, you know, put everything together for Nsoatreman this afternoon. What a player he's been in the absence of Sadat.
Mind you, they are also missing the services of Manaf Abdul Umar, who is yet to join the team. Now here is Frederick. Again, it's Morrison at the right place at the right time. Caleb Asamoah Maida. Caleb Asamoah. Now Benjamin Chivagnon is a lovely ball to Maida. Here is Kwabne Edu. He's up against Morale. Edu Maida with a step overs. Controls. He's got the composure. He's got Chivagnon. He hangs on. That's a good play from Maida.
Yeah, and Morale backs off.
Just realized he's just wasting energy.
No, you're just not catching him. Very skillful, you know, Edu Maida.
Walid Husseini to Collins Kujo. He's got Make Jekum in the middle, and he sets one up for Walid Husseini. He's got Ejekum in the middle. Walid Husseini sends a cross. Here is Benjamin Chivagnon, controls. Chivagnon shoots, and is blocked by Jela. Here's Amankwa. Caleb Asamoah to Maida, back to Asamoah now. Chivagnon. They seem to be enjoying the passing around and going forward for the goals. At this point, they've got nothing to lose with a few seconds to go. Here is Mohamed Isaka. Now Collins Kujo. Referee waits play on. Walid Husseini to Chivagnon. Now Maida. He's up against Morale. Maida twisting and turning around Morale. Caleb Asamoah. Morrison Anoche. Good play from the centre back. Here is Anoche, but he's been stopped in his tracks by Nedingham. Salim. Stopped by Asamoah. Here is Chivagnon to Amu. Chivagnon. Anoche. Asamoah. Maida. Chivagnon. Asamoah. Morrison Anoche. And they're delighted to watch at this point. The composure with stringing the passes together. His foot up against Mohamed Isaka.
That's a good call. Good call. It's lovely watching them stringing the passes together, trying to find an opening. They still want the fourth. They're not in a haste for it, but I'm sure they will take it gladly if it should come. But I think time is gradually running out for them.
Any moment from now, this game should be coming to an end. "95 minutes. 5 minutes of additional time is already up here at the Accra Sports Stadium, waiting for the Moroccan referee to whistle for the end of the game. And that's the final whistle. Nsoatreman have made history. Their first game in continental club football, and they've come out victorious. 3 first half goals condemns Elect Sport of Chad to defeat at the Accra Sports Stadium. It's over. Nsoatreman have their job well cut out for them ahead of the second leg game in the next couple of days. But I tell you what, there's all to play for. They have a 3-goal lead into the second leg, but it's far from over. But for now, they'll rejoice in the fact that in their first attempt in African club football, they've made a massive impact in their first game. The Ghanaian FA Cup champions have come out clean and good in their opening game in the CAF Confederations Cup. Full time at the Accra Sports Stadium. Nsoatreman FC 3, Elect Sport 0.
Sure they are done yet.
and they win the first foul of the second.
Box. It made life very, very difficult for him here.
Good ball from Amu. Now here is Aka. Keeper handled the ball outside his area. He gets a card for this one. It's a matching of orders. Red card is a good decision. Knowledge and his authority to perfection. That's a good ball from Amu. Aka didn't give up. He made a touch. A goalkeeper. I'm not sure he intends Nsoatreman. There are already 3 goals up. He goes slow. He's looking for Aka. Aka tries to cut it back, and they get a corner. Nsoatreman Kujo still.
Coach, congratulations.
Thank you.
It's an emphatic victory for you. Nsoatreman's first ever game in the CAF Confederations Cup. What's your assessment of the game?
Well, we didn't start the game very well, the way we wanted. The first 15 minutes, I think we were a bit jittery. But gradually, we warm ourselves into the game. We started making the ball simple. We started using the flanks as we're good at, because our wingers are very fast. And they were playing high. So I told my boys, all you need to do is, when they come high, we play 1-2, and then we go long, which started working, and you saw it. The goal came. Immediately we started, the goal came, the confidence came, and then the boys started playing good football, especially in the first half.
But how proud does that make you to guide this team, the current FA Cup champions, to their first ever victory?
Very proud, very proud. We should have at least scored more, especially in the second half. We lose a little bit of balance. The substitutes didn't really help. The substitution didn't really help. But it's our first international, like you said, first continental, and for us to home from away from home, for us to get 3 goals here. I'm very proud of the boys. Work in progress. I've been with the team. We've just barely 3 weeks, but they are responding to how we want to play, and there's more to come.
With this decent victory, what will be the plan heading to Chad to face this side?
It's in the pocket. Just not to concede there. That's all.
And also, how do you think this game will impact, the team going into the GPL season?
All we need to do is not to lose focus. The game is going to be in a neutral ground. We have what it takes to head them. All we need to do is to recover very quickly, and then we go there with this 3 goals in the bag. Make sure we protect it, not concede, and then we see how it goes.
Thank you very much for your time.
Thank you too.
For their money, Elect Sport FC. We're live on Max TV and also live on Star Times. My name is Nana, done Africa a couple of times, unlike Nsoatreman, who are making regional home grounds. In case you just joined us, this venue, the Accra Sports Stadium, aided their qualification into the African Confederations Cup. Goalkeeper Daniel Afaju is captain for the side this afternoon, and the Chadians are also captained by, there we go, Elect Sport gets us going here in Accra. Trying to make the first incursion into the game, and Isaka Mohammed for Nsoatreman. Now Shaibu Idrisu. There's a handball, free kick, France. Balak's ball, nearly an own goal, and they get another corner.
Early.
Here is Danny Carlis up against Aqua. Cross delivered, nearly the own opening goal for Elect Sport and Isaka.
Holds up play so well. And that's Max. And just look at that cross, very incisive, into a dangerous area right between the
Bravo FC beat Union Coastal 3-0. That's a lovely touch from Walid Husseini. And the dummy from Maida is brilliant. And Aqua is arriving. He sends an early cross. Abdurrahman Smith, can they score? It's some good defending from Salim to put the ball
back. What a way, but that dummy from Walid Husseini. And you could see that Aqua had so much space, but he did so well. Just bent that one low. was Stephen DU who was trying to, make amends, but unfortunately, there was so much strength in the whip.
Chance. That's nearly the
Elect Sports are trying to charge forward.
Maida stays onside. Here is Kwabena Edu-Maida. Morale is trying to challenge for it. And the goalkeeper, Mahamad.
So well with those recovery balls with Morale. This time round, almost a foot, away. But it's the first touch again from Kwabena Edu-Maida. Not the best of first touches. And you can see Morale doing so well.
They've never gone past the first round in any of the CAF inter-club competitions they've played it. And here is Abdul-Rahman. There's a chance for Nsoatreman to score the opening goal. Abdul-Rahman, and he's missed, unable to score. How did he miss? This was a clear-cut goal scoring up, made it count.
This time it was a good first touch, but a poor finishing move from Abdul-Rahman. We've spoken about the number of times those dangerous balls have come from the right-hand side, but just look at that.
Yeah. Hussaini, it's a good ball to Abdul-Rahman. Does he shoot first time? He goes low, and ball is cleared away by Salim. It falls back to Aqua, who swings in across, and Michael Aka is not a you. Twisting and turning down the left-hand side. He won't support it. It's still DU. Enga Dojim is approaching, and there's the opening goal for Nsoatreman. Abdul-Rahman finally breaks the deadlock. It was always going to be him. The target man hits the back of the net. Nsoatreman 1. Elect Sport of Chad 0.
And also Maida, and just look at that. That's so well to hang on to the ball. Engando Jim, trying to police him over there, but then look at that cross. It was a some shots one. And the header onto the turf, making it difficult for Bashir to head or get his hands on that one, but that was a good move to dummy him to the wrong side. Created enough space, and the finishing was just sweet.
Abdul-Rahman. Isaka is trying to find Maida. He's all alone. Heads the ball down to the goal scorer, Abdul-Rahman, to Maida. He goes in. Here is Maida through the middle. Michael Aka. Here is Maida. Can he score the second? And Nsoatreman have doubled their lead. It's Kwabena Edu-Maida who makes it 2-0 for Nsoatreman. The perfect start they've been looking forward to in this preliminary round of game.
Tell you what, this is a goal you should be seeing in the final, not in the prelims, but just look at that. Maida starting the move, and that ball again back to him. And you could see it was Nettingam trying to play the offside trap. He was trying to play Maida offside, but just look at Maida. That's so well. Continues with his run after finding his teammate, and the ball back to him, and just look at that. Took his time. Just lows were not coming, and now they look calmer. Yeah, passing the ball around lovely.
Edu-Maida on his bike again. Here is Maida. He goes for the first time. Now Walid. Abdul-Rahman makes it 3 for Nsoatreman. They are on some demolition exercise. It's only 34 minutes, but the team from Nsoatreman are leading by 3 goals to 0 here at the Accra Sports Stadium. Again, just a brace, but look at Kwabena Edu-Maida. That ball to the middle, and the dummy by Walid.
Azali playing to find Maida. He had space, but I love the directness about Maida. He just goes one touch. He was thinking Walid would get there. Walid fakes and run that, and there was no way he was going to miss this. And all they needed was the first goal in Nsoatreman. They were banging on the doors of Elect Sport. They just needed the first goal to get away, and now they have it. And yeah, I'm really struggling with his movement this afternoon.
Halftime whistle at the Accra Sports Stadium. The Ghanaians and Nsoatreman have taken a comfortable 3-0 lead here against Elect Sport of Chad. It's a preliminary round game in the CAF Confederations Cup, a debut campaign for Nsoatreman, and it's begun in majestic fashion, at least in the opening 45 minutes plus 2 minutes of additional time. It's been a dominant and an inspiring performance from Nsoatreman. Halftime at the Accra Sports Stadium. Nsoatreman 3, Elect Sport 0. And they restart the game for the second half action.
Yeah, that was a pretty good first half for them, but I'm not sure they are done yet.
and they win the first foul of the second.
Box. Mid-life, very, very difficult for him here.
Good ball from Amu. Now here is Aka. Keeper handled the ball outside his area. He gets a card for this one. It's a matching of orders. Red card is a good decision. Knowledge and his authority to perfection. That's a good ball from Amu. Aka didn't give up. He made a touch of a goalkeeper. I'm not sure he intends Nsoatreman. There are already 3 goals up. He goes low. He's looking for Aka. Aka tries to cut it back, and they get a corner. Nsoatreman Kujo steals possession from Salim. Now DU is looking for Abdurrahman. Can he get a hat trick? It's Abdurrahman for Nsoatreman. Brings it back for Kujo. Kujo turns around his marker. Good movement. He tries to shoot, and it's straight to goalkeeper Dogemi. From DU to Maida. Good control from Maida. He sees the movement of Chivanyo. Chivanyo turns around. He goes down. That's what to hang on to possession. Abdurrahman. Here is DU. Onto the side post after the goalkeeper made the save. Morale turns around. There's still pressure from Chivanyo. He gets the ball away. Throw in. But I've seen Frederick, and Frederick kills one. Good save by Afaju. They're trying to pull one back, but it's onto the roof of the goal post.
Just did so well to bring that one over. It took a little bit of a deflection off the wall, and Afaju did so well.
From Jela, but gets back to Nsoatreman. Kujo does well to keep it in. Shows great desire. It is Kujo. Switches to Maida, controls on his chest, brings it back for Chivanyo. Good control from Chivanyo to Maida. Maida back to Chivanyo, and he's fallen down in the process of.
Yeah, this Chivanyo in a haste to hit that one past the goalkeeper. Just look at that lovely ball. And the cut back again, but Chivanyo, he have enough strength in his legs, and
they're pushing to get something out of this game before they go back to Chad. But Nsoatreman are not taking any chances. Here they come, can they pull one back? But it's a corner from their effort. Elect Sport, a decent effort from Jota Frederick.
They're not relenting at all. And just look at that, DU bundled off the ball. And was Frederick just trying to hit that one, you know, with the 2 pieces.
Another corner taken. This time the header goes in, but a good save coming from Danny Afaju.
That's why I keep saying it. It's the set pieces they are trying to use now. That's their strength now. Onto the tear from Jela whatsoever. And just look at that. Sort of a free header. It should be. Wow.
Ahead of the second leg game at this venue at the Accra Sports Stadium. The Ghanaian champions in their debut African game have won. Here is Frederick, and it's straight to Afaju. Lots of balls in the second half since he came in. He slows down the pace and plays to his own pace. He finds Fuseni. He gets a return. But that's some clever tackle from the centre back Jela. Here is Kujo. Abdurrahman! Good save. Kujo has missed again. And Maida over the bar. The 4th goal will simply not come for Nsoatreman.
What's keeping them from getting the 4th back? These are good chances, decent chances. And it's Rahman with the left, but good save. And Kujo will strike that one again, and they're post to the rescue of Elect Sport. And it just can't seem to find the back of the net.
Caleb Asamoah and Mark Ejekum will come in later on, but here comes Abdurrahman. He's looking for the hat-trick. And this goalkeeper have struggled to deal with a fair Accra Sports Stadium, waiting for the Moroccan referee to whistle for the end of the game. And that's the final whistle. And Nsoatreman have made history. Their first game in continental club football, and they've come out victorious. 3 first half goals condemns Elect Sport of Chad to defeat at the Accra Sports Stadium. It's over. Nsoatreman have their job well cut out for them ahead of the second leg game. in the next couple of days. But I tell you what, there's all to play for. They have a 3-goal lead into the second leg, but it's far from over. But for now, they'll rejoice in the fact that in their first attempt in African club football, they've made a massive impact in their first game. The Ghanaian FA Cup champions have come out clean and good in the opening game in the CAF Confederations Cup. Full time at the Accra Sports Stadium. Nsoatreman FC 3, Elex Sport 0.
Sure they are done yet.
And they win the first foul of the second.
Box. It made life very, very difficult for him here.
Good ball from Amu. Now here's Aka. Keeper handled the ball outside his area. He gets the card for this one. It's a matching of orders. Red card is a good decision. Knowledge and his authority to perfection. That's a good ball from Amu. Aka didn't give up. He made a touch of goalkeeper. I'm not sure he intends to Nsoatreman. There are already 3 goals up. He goes slow. He's looking for Aka. Aka tries to cut it back, and they get a corner. Nsoatreman Kujo still.
Coach, congratulations.
Thank you.
It's an emphatic victory for you. Nsoatreman's first ever game in the CAF Confederations Cup. What's your assessment of the game?
Well, we didn't start the game very well, the way we wanted. The first 15 minutes, I think we were a bit jittery. But gradually, we warm ourselves into the game. We started making the ball simple. We started using the flanks as we're good at, because our wingers are very fast. And they were playing high. So I told my boys, all you need to do is, when they come high, we play 1-2, and then we go long, which started working, and you saw it. The goal came. Immediately we started, the goal came, the confidence came, and then the boys started playing good football, especially in the first half.
But how proud does that make you to guide this team, the current FA Cup champions, to their first ever victory?
Very proud, very proud. We should have at least scored more, especially in the second half. We lose a little bit of balance. The substitutes didn't really help. The substitution didn't really help. But it's our first international, like you said, first continental, and for us to home from away from home, for us to get 3 goals here. I'm very proud of the boys. Work in progress. I've been with the team. We've just barely 3 weeks, but they are responding to how we want to play, and there's more to come.
With this decent victory, what will be the plan heading to Chad to face this side?
It's in the pocket. Just not to concede there. That's all.
And also, how do you think this game will impact, the team going into the GPL season?
All we need to do is not to lose focus. The game is going to be in a neutral ground. We have what it takes to hurt them. All we need to do is to recover very quickly, and then we go there with this 3 goals in the bag. Make sure we protect it, not concede, and then we see how it goes.
Thank you very much for your time.
Thank you too.
For their money, Elex Sport FC. We're live on Max TV and also live on Star Times. My name is Nana, Dark Africa a couple of times, unlike Nsoatreman, who are making regional home grounds. In case you just joined us, this venue, the Accra Sports Stadium, aided their qualification into the African Confederations Cup. Goalkeeper Daniel Afaju is captain for the side this afternoon. And the Chadians are also captained by, there we go. Elect Sport gets us going here in Accra.